She got the juice, huh? Who let her loose, huh? Catch her reppin' H-Town, chuck up the deuce, huh? I be bowling on them, I'm playing full court. Feelings I don't have none, I'm snapping up my passport. I'm flying overseas, I'm in love with yachts and islands. Chanel bag with the slides, I don't need a stylist. This a big drip, now that's a big.
Hey, what's up? What's up, y'all? It's your girl DJ Supastar in the building. First of all, thank you to everybody that has subscribed so far. We appreciate it. And if you out there on Facebook or Instagram Live, go to YouTube and follow She Got the Juice, all right? Because, hey, this is where it's popping if you want to know what's going down in H-Town, all right? What's up, JJ?
She ready.
Hey. Hey,
We
hey,
ready.
hey, hey,
We
hey, hey,
ready.
hey,
Yeah. I'm
hey.
looking here. We got the live going on.
We got it all going. And you
Soup,
know what?
I'm
This
so
is
happy
what
to
we
be
do.
back.
Thank you, Jay.
Every time, Soup, you always had the best topics, the best guests. Like everybody that come to the studio had a juice. So the fact that I'm in the room, like it's blessing my whole life, Soup.
Man, I
We here.
appreciate it. So listen, what this is a platform, number one, for women to express their, what they got going on or whatnot if they got the juice, because I know there are a lot of women out here in H-Town that's doing it, okay? And that's the number one thing I wanted to give them a safe haven, all right? Whether you're an artist, whether you are a politician, whether you are an entrepreneur, we want to know how you got the juice and how you've been getting it so that, hey, we could help somebody else. And on the flip side, sometimes your girl got the juice because, hey, I'm the cool kid of H-Town, and I know a lot of people. So, the goal is to keep it real and raw, right? Because we tired of that fake shit going on.
For sure. And
Yeah.
Soup, a lot of people, when they hear you got the juice, they think entertainment, swag kind of thing. But it really is, how are you impacting, using your
Right.
gifts? How are you trailblazing? How are you doing things naturally that other people can't do?
Yeah, can't do it. How you navigating through this thing called?
How you groundbreaking,
What?
and then especially we want to see what gives you that extra flavor, what gives you the sauce or the juice.
The juice. Man, so listen, I think we go get right on into it,
I'm
okay?
ready.
So our special guest today is somebody that I've always looked up to,
Okay,
right?
okay.
And really, for a long time, I didn't cut my hair because of the song
Bald-headed
Hoes. Yeah.
Can we say that word on
Yeah,
here?
we can say it on there.
Okay. Because
what you see, D.
Because so you be DJing the church events sometimes, so you be
I
saying
know,
bald headed and you say the whole thing.
I know. Listen to all my holy people out there. Holy people.
Bald headed and holy.
Yeah, bald headed
how I'ma
holy.
say
That's
it.
what it is. But I mean, when he was calling chicken heads, hey, I remember rapping my first songs, Geto Boys. I love them. And so, but one of my favorites, because this person always keeps it real no matter what. I look up to him. He is like one of my idols.
Wait, Soup, it's a man.
It's a man.
On She Got the Juice?
Yeah, on She Got the Juice.
So you saying we're going to cover everybody in Houston. So this, it's not just females. It's everybody who trailblazing, doing the thing. We want to see who got the juice,
We want to
period.
see who got the juice, period.
Hey, by that picture, I'm ready to meet him.
Let's give it up for Willie D. Thank you.
He got the cool wave.
We got the whole wave.
Y'all, if y'all could smell Willie D, y'all would know why he got the juice. I walked in the studio. I was like, I said, that's a man scent.
Yeah,
That's not.
if
I
money
knew
had a
we
scent.
didn't. I knew we didn't have a female guest. 'Cause
No,
I was like,
no.
that's a very strong, masculine,
scent.
own some property, business owner type
For
scent.
real.
That's what it
Man.
smelled like when it smelled like a high credit score in the lobby. That's what I smelled
man,
when I
for
entered
real.
the lobby.
I say that. How you doing?
I'm splendid.
Man, I'm so glad that you're
splendid.
here.
Hey, I'm glad I'm here too, man. I'm really glad that I'm doing this podcast. I'm really glad that you're doing it, and you're bringing this platform because it's very much needed.
I appreciate it,
That's
Willie.
that's so dope.
Man, I appreciate it,
So
man.
we're gonna get into the sip.
We go
Soup?
get yes, the sip, and yes, what's popping. So
Cool.
for those that don't know, the sip is a little segment of what's popping. Right now we want Willie
Wait a
D's
minute.
opinion.
That sound effect. What's
Yeah,
that
that little
sound?
sip.
Can we hear it again? we got a cue.
Okay, yeah, we got the little sip.
I gotta get used to that,
Yes.
that sound effect.
I know. So the current events, we were talking right before the camera started about, let's just get right into it. It is Black History Month, and I
Okay.
really hate that it's a month that we have to celebrate our history, number one, right? It should be celebrated throughout the year. But, hey, we're going to go ahead and roll with it. What is your take on this whole governor of Virginia situation? The governor, I forgot his name.
Oh, the
that
Dash?
dressed up in blackface in medical school. Now today it came out that if he relinquished his spot, that the lieutenant governor, who is a black man, will take his position. Well, now they have sexual assault allegations on him.
Yeah, and the guy that's third in charge is also, well, who's third in succession to the governor, the current governor, has admitted that he also dressed in blackface when he was in college.
I saw that. So what happens after that if
1, 2, and 3?
then the House takes over Virginia?
Man,
I don't even
I
know.
don't know.
But isn't that crazy though?
I don't know. But the thing is that no matter who you get, it's Virginia. And Virginia is crawling with bigots and racists and stepping fetches and those type of people that will throw their own people under the bus. And it's very important that we become mindful that all skin folk ain't kinfolk.
Ooh.
So we got to stop this narrative where, just because that person's black, that they're going to look out for us. Look at Clarence Thomas. He has never, in his however many decades he's been on the Supreme Court, ever looked out for our best interests. In fact, he's there to make sure we gets nothing.
Man.
Clarence Thomas was handpicked to be in the position to make sure black people gets nothing, okay? And he's a black man. So we got to, and I understand a lot of us, we're so desperate for leadership. We're so desperate for opportunities
that
we've never gotten,
Yeah.
that we'll just accept anything. We'll just like, you know what, as long as he's black,
Yeah.
And I ain't with that.
Yeah.
I want to ask him, Willie, you be versing up on not even just political issues. You also know the backstories. Like a lot of times our community, we can't make a difference. We don't even really know the depth of the issues, right? Like what's the best way, do you think, for this generation to educate ourselves on political issues? Because it seems like so many either news outlets, it's so slanted, right? Like how do we, what's been your best experience with getting the hardcore facts and not what they just want to feed to different sections of people, but what's your best way to get the facts on political insight?
The best way is self-knowledge and asking around, talking to your elders. That's something I always did. Like when I was growing up, I'm ashamed to say this, but it happened. So, but it also shaped me to be the person that I am. When I was growing up and I was in high school, I used to steal my neighbor's papers
off the driveway
on my way to school. I would steal their newspapers, and I would alternate so that I wouldn't get busted. Nobody would figure out that their paper was getting stolen. Yeah. So what I would do, I would steal the newspaper, and I would read the metropolitan section, the business section, and the world section, world news. And I'd pass the sports section on to somebody else. I didn't really care for sports like that.
Wow.
Because I wanted to know what was going on in the world. I understood at an early age that politicians and businessmen run the world. I know you got people that say, oh, man, if you become a politician, you're going to be just like them, and da-da-da. Let me tell you something, man. You can't change nothing from the outside.
No.
Nothing.
If
you look in anybody's house, inside of anybody's house right now, whatever shape that house is in, if you're on the outside, you can't do nothing about it. You got to walk inside of the house to move that furniture around.
That's true.
You got to infiltrate. You got to go in and actually start moving stuff around.
Yeah, I like that word, too.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that word.
Infiltrate.
Infiltrate.
People think that you become, now you take what you are and you infiltrate. You take what you are, you plant seeds. You start restructuring certain things.
Yeah, and some concessions have to be made when you are a politician.
Correct.
Because you can't, it's unrealistic to think any politician or anybody can do everything that they say they're going to do. When you become a politician, at least you have to present yourself as a person for the people, all people, right?
Right.
But at the same time, you have to shoot straight and say, I'm the type of person that they be trying to kill me. Because I'm not going to let them do certain things. I'm not going to do certain things. I'm just not going to tolerate.
And that's how the system
Right.
is set up, though. Like, so you,
But it is.
I don't know if you could be in that role because the way it's set up. I don't know if it's set up for someone that has your direct character, someone who would not take. You got to kind of play the game in politics,
Yeah.
right? Play the game to get anything accomplished. You can't go in 100%. Taking care of your agenda. You have to
That's
play
true.
the game a little bit. Like,
that's true.
not being fake, but literally there are rules. You got to shake hands, kiss babies, jump through hoops. I don't want to sound like it's being fake or you're trying to do a strategy, but literally to be able to get in to have real impact, there are some, not L's you have to take, but you have to know how to move in a room full of vultures.
This is the thing that almost everybody works, right? And they move in that room full of vultures when they go to work every day. People hang around people every day they don't like. People go into offices every day. You get on the elevator. Hey, JJ, nice shirt. Oh, and
They
then
be hating my shirt low key.
Hold on, and now you got to make up something that's nice about them.
That is true.
I like those shoes.
Yeah, good to see you.
You know,
Yeah.
and
New hairstyle? Great.
Yeah. Oh, good morning.
Right.
Ain't no damn good morning. Some fool just cut me off, and they trying to repo my car. I'm trying to hide the car right now. It's
Man,
not a
for
good
real.
morning. But you say these things because you don't want to.
That's how you
come off-
navigate.
Yeah, that's how you.
Do
move
you
around.
do you think that it's always? I feel that it's the wrong people sometime in the right positions, and it's always us that's always hurting us.
Well, going back to what we were saying just now about having to concede at times. If we're taking a vote and it's 9 votes, and I'm standing up for something that I really believe in, and everybody else is against me, then no matter how passionate I am about my role in politics or serving the people, I'm not going to get anything done. But if I move over here and say, look, okay, it's 5 of us and it's 4 of them, they normally vote like that. We need to get together and say, okay, we're going to vote together. We're going to vote in a block. Everything I vote for ain't going to be what I really want. It might be something more than what JJ might be more passionate about it. But I'm going to go ahead because I know she's really passionate about that.
And if
so
you
I'm going
get
to
me
ride
on
with her.
this one,
And then she going to
the
get me
ne-
on
the
this
next-
one.
the
and
next
the
one,
and
we can
keep
work
that
it
block.
out.
We keep that
Alliance.
block on the vote. Yeah. But
Man.
because you can't do it by yourself when you're dealing with politics. A lot of people just don't understand politics. And when you get with people who don't understand politics, a lot of times those are people that suffer in every area of life. They just have a hard time understanding what the real world
What the
is
real
about.
world is
I'm
about.
glad
man.
he said
Let's,
that. So when he was talking about politics and how you understand, I was thinking of when you use that just layman's term, basic example of how we navigate in our work situations. If we applied that to every area we were passionate about, like not knowing how to play the game, but knowing how to be the most effective. Everything, your marriages would be a little different. Your relationship with your kids could be different. Like I'm not saying play the game with them. I'm saying know what the ultimate goal is and know how to move forward, kind of thing. I think when
But some people can't do that. Some people are not built to do that.
you're saying they can't strategize,
Some people can't.
but he just said like
But in
on
certain
a
areas.
basic
I mean,
level,
it's
we know
yeah.
how to adapt in basic. Some people don't know how to adapt in basic. So but on a very basic level, you're saying some people just don't know how to, because I think that's almost survival. Like that's how are you the most effective in a certain situation is what I'm saying. So we know we naturally go into this mode at work saying, okay, I know my goal here is paycheck, right? Or even with your child, if your goal is to have
I'm
them.
confused now, JJ. It's just going. I'm because I look. It's
Yeah,
over
but
my
let me-
head now.
No,
I'm like, I thought we was on one thing. I'm
no,
lost.
we on one thing. So Willie was saying that most people already naturally know how to politic.
Right.
From basic level, and he said if they would apply that, they would be more effective in other areas of life. And I was just agreeing with that. I was saying how you learn how to navigate and know in every situation an L is not an L could actually move you forward in any goal you're trying to hit.
That is
Basically, what we're saying is that you have to know how to pick your battles. You can't fight
That's what I'm trying to say.
every
Yeah.
battle. Stop trying to fight every battle. We know how to pick our battles when it's something that we really want.
Correct.
Some people know how to do it on their job. Some people know how to do it in relationships. You see,
And not no sneaky
I
way.
have a hard time.
In which
I
way?
do because Like, I have a hard time. Like, a lot of people think I'm nice.
You
right?
are super nice.
But it takes a lot to push me to that edge. And sometimes I think people need to see it because when I'm sitting at the table in some of these rooms, I'm kind of passive aggressive, right?
Oh, I see.
And you know that. We have these conversations. I'm just going to keep it real because it gets, and I don't like playing at both sides.
I see what Super saying. I see what
I
you're
don't
saying.
like playing and being in this entertainment industry, radio and all of that. Sometimes people get caught up in playing this both sides thing. So when you're in a room
like that
full
judge,
of vultures, like this judge.
That judge you showed
video
us.
You just
showed us. She was for the people, and then she switched up. I'm like, what's she wasn't on the side of right. She was just trying to balance.
And sometimes it's like for the people like me. You know,
who's so genuine.
It's hard for genuine people.
Correct.
You know
but I want to ask you something because I know like 100% Soup. You're one of the most genuine people I've ever worked with. Period. And in the entertainment industry, genuine is very rare. Just because there's so many agendas, and it's just genuine. Don't kick down doors and aggressively move forward. Right. That's why I want to see the difference between like knowing how to move and not an agenda, because I think it's a difference. Like, I know people perceive you as, oh, she might be passive aggressive, but I think more so what Willie is talking about is if we step back and know how to peep kind of thing, it's more of knowing how to peep and how to okay, hold on. I got you. It's more so knowing how to peep and knowing how to assess and pick your battles, so you hit the end goal.
I got you.
And I know you can do that, but I know people might perceive you as, oh, Soup is like she's mild mannered, like she's just sweet, so that means that we can go hard on it. But I think more so moving through a room full of vultures is not having an agenda, not being, I don't want it to sound fake. We're really trying to say, know how to hit your goal and know that there are obstacles set up against you, so you might have to maneuver different than what you normally would do.
Got you.
Yeah.
So Willie, you just got back on YouTube. And I was a fan of your YouTube channel. And
fiery.
Yeah, it was really, really, I look at it. I'm as soon as it pops up, it's like a subscription. Willie D. Willie D pops up right there. So let everybody know why they banned you from YouTube.
What's the YouTube channel, Soup?
It's Willie D Live.
It's just Willie D Live on
Willie
everything?
D Live. Everybody go subscribe Willie D Live on YouTube because I listen to his little
It's not for the faint at heart.
No. And it was, they kicked you off. It was something about Maxine Waters, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like you made a statement. Tell everybody.
Yeah. So, well, that was just one of them. The way YouTube operates is that they have a 3-strike policy. 3 strikes and you're out. If you violate community guidelines, they give you 3 strikes on your videos. They can decide to pull your channel, like take it off and delete it forever.
Oh,
so
wow.
I had a lot of people don't know
political
that
system.
I had been fighting YouTube for over a year with them giving me strikes, and I'm appealing these strikes, going back and forth with them. So I never had 3 strikes at one time. Finally, when it came around to the Maxine Waters video, they really tried to get me off of YouTube. So the Maxine Waters video I made because you had this white group called the Promise Keepers, who is a white nationalist group. They were threatening Maxine Waters, and they were talking about protesting in front of our offices and stuff, and people were giving her death threats. And so Maxine Waters had counter protesters who came to show her love.
Right.
They showed
Support.
up.
They needed that.
They showed up and showed out. So I saluted them. And I was like, that's what we need. We need to protect our women.
Right.
And when something go along, like we need to do it every time. So, YouTube, they didn't like that. Keep in mind that YouTube is, I'm saying YouTube like it's like it's a person.
It's a person, one
right.
But
it's a whole.
It's an
whole
entity,
corporation.
and it's human beings who work at YouTube,
It's
and they come with
boards.
their own sets of prejudices, and they come with their own sets of convictions. And if they have somebody that gets on their radar that they don't like, they don't appreciate the content they're uploading, they can decide that they want to give that person a strike. They have a lot of latitude in terms of
Their personal agenda.
in terms of whether they want to give you a strike or not. They can just decide. I mean, it's their their whole policies is very ambiguous. And so it's like when you watch how they operate, you can tell that it's some bigotry going on.
Right.
YouTube, they're just like the other platforms. They got racists crawling in them.
Big
you
time.
can look at their hiring practices and tell what they're really about. All of those YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, they got about 2% of their employees that are black. That's it. That'll tell you everything you need to know right there about them. So I was like, I'm not taking it laying down, you know. In fact, I'm not taking it at all. So I lawyered up.
Man.
And so I announced that I was going Facebook Live. I was going to levy the allegations against them. And 50 minutes before I was to go live with my press conference, they put my channel back up. Yeah, one of the reporters from the Chronicle was like, "Hey man, do you know that your channel is back up?" And I looked at it, and I was like, "We still doing this press conference."
Wow.
You know?
They didn't want it.
Yeah, we still
They
doing
didn't want it.
Yeah, we're still doing
Man,
the press
that's
conference.
crazy.
We're still doing the press conference because their policies is way too vague. They got way too much latitude in terms of how they can handle somebody if they feel that a person has violated the community guidelines. So YouTube and all of these online companies, they need to be penalized for violating people's civil rights. See, we're in a new age right now, and those civil rights laws right now don't apply to internet businesses. That needs to change, and I'm going to see to it.
Man.
Wow.
Man. So are you going to run?
I don't know about running, but
You got to run for something.
I might-
Hey, if I'll be on that campaign.
I don't know. You know, it's
Willie D for mayor?
I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Ooh.
Maybe
Well,
someday.
I would. You know what? Okay, so quick. This can go right into our next topic.
Okay.
Because since you said what why is it that we have to censor what we say, right? So that we won't get penalized. And
But
just like 21 Savage, and this is
21,
gonna
21.
bring me to this.
That's the next point.
Yeah, the next point, because now it is being said that in his song "A Lot," he talked about it was a part in there about leaving his kids at the border. How could you leave your kids at the border? And right after that song came out, he was targeted by ISE. Okay, so right after Willie D said, yeah, shit, we go stand up for our black women all the time.
Yes.
YouTube threaten them. Why is it now? Do both of y'all, like, we live in such a heightened sensitive society, especially when it comes to pointing out race, or when we want to take a stand for what we believe in, then it's like it could be just like y'all said, it could be taken away just because.
Ooh.
And
I want to jump in, Soup. When you say sensitivity, I'm thinking censorship. I'm thinking because everybody who didn't used to have a voice to so many people, because of social media, because the voiceless now have a voice, people with power have to up the censorship because it is
Good point.
because the agenda still needs to be moved forward. So it's like, hey, you're making too much noise over there. That's gonna actually
mess up.
Not start a revolution, but get people to say,
Yeah.
let me start educating myself on that. I think that's what it is. I think the reason why censorship is up is because so many people, passionate people who didn't have a voice, and people with power and money need to say, you're making too much noise.
You're making too much noise.
Yeah, it's always been like that, though, when it comes to standing up for any type of cause, but especially in America. If you are the type of person who is doing anything to advance the cause for black people, you will be attacked. You will come under scrutiny. You will be ostracized, and oftentimes by your own people, the people that you're trying to help, because they are trained, they are brainwashed to go in on you, and they are paid. Oftentimes they are paid. You got a dude on YouTube right now, his whole hustle is to degrade black women. That's his whole hustle.
Oh wow.
That's how he get paid to degrade black people. That's what he do all day, and he got a few 100,000 followers. And so this is what they do. So if you sign up to throw black people under the bus, if you sign up to be a cop apologist, if you sign up
Wait,
to
what's
Wait.
Wait,
What's a
wait.
cop apologist?
Wait, you.
Yeah, no, that's a big word.
You said what, define that for those of us who are less versed
I
in
am.
this subject.
well, it's just a person that's always
Tell me,
apologizing for cops. You know,
Oh,
every
cop
time
apologist.
when a cop do
I
something
thought he said a
dirty-
cosmetologist. I was like, I know I need to set an
No.
appointment. Bet.
When a
Cop
cop-
apologist. Okay.
when a cop does something dirty, they the first ones trying to figure out an excuse why it happened. They always got an excuse for the cop ready.
Is it Blue Lives Matter
It's always
team?
it's like I say, it's not just the cops. It's not just white people, it's black people do it too. It's Latinos do it a lot too. You know, they always got an excuse. Every time something happens to a black person, they got an excuse. But if something happened to a white person, ironically those same people go in on the cop.
Gotcha.
Because
Yeah.
wait a minute, you crossed the line, get back over there. You're supposed to treat them. I remember I saw a video where a white dude said, "You're treating me like a black person."
In the
saw
airport?
that.
In the airport,
I
he was
saw
getting beat
that.
up
I
by
saw
the police. He wasn't really getting beat up. They were restraining him,
And
and he was just, "You're treating me like a black person."
That's culture.
Yeah,
There was another video.
I didn't really. I hated that video.
That's the way they rock. And so this is how one of people, like a lot of times people get offended by the word coon. I'm gonna tell you like this.
I heard that word in a minute.
I do. He
I'ma
said it
tell
all
you
the
like
time.
I'm gonna tell you like this. When I don't like somebody, and when I vehemently hate somebody or whatever, and I feel like that they are against me and my people, there is not a word that's dirty enough or nasty enough or mean enough
To
to
describe.
call them. So I think that word, that word is kind of that word is kind of
Befitting.
nice.
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah,
nice
that's kinda
word.
nice word.
But here's how this is how the easiest way that you can tell one. This is the easiest way you can tell one.
How to identify a coon.
A coon.
By Willie D.
Well, you got to watch that word on Facebook because they'll get you for that.
You can't say it.
Not on Facebook.
Is it a cuss word?
Nah, it is to them.
Oh, it's on
They
the
got
radar.
Police. They got them Facebook police. But anyway.
Oh, got you.
But you can say nigga all day. You can say nigga as many times you want.
Really?
Nigga. They ain't gonna do nothing about that.
wow.
Okay, so so the way you can tell one is that their criticism of their community outweighs their contribution. See,
that's a deep-
think about the ones that you know that's always throwing black people under the bus, always got something bad to say about black business owners, always got something negative to say about the black community.
The breakdown, never the build up.
Think about
Never.
exactly. Think about what are they doing to contribute to the progression, to the advancement
Gotcha.
of black people.
That's how you recognize one.
That's how you recognize
Man, that's
one.
how you recognize
They're very easy to recognize. I mean, I know that we see them in suits and stuff, and we think they got some money or whatever. And we like, oh man, that's good. Trying to knock a brother black down, trying to knock a brother down, trying to knock a sister down. Oh, all skin folk ain't kin folk.
You right on that. You
And,
right on
and that's why Kamala Harris is not getting my vote.
Yeah.
Wait a minute,
we
Kamala
going
not
into
getting
that.
the
Kamala
vote?
is not getting the
Yeah.
vote.
Whoa,
Yeah.
why?
She can't
I
get the vote.
Why she can't get the vote?
Because go back to what when she was the DA in California.
Okay.
How
Yeah.
she put a lot of black people in jail for no reason. I mean, or like
No,
small, well, really minute what do you call it? Offenses?
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about Kamala Harris. Okay, she's a classic status quo Negro. Okay, classic. Let me tell you,
Classic.
she's classic, and we can't get caught up. And I know black women see this woman and say, "Oh man, like we need to get behind her and support her. She's doing great things." Look, black women, I love you. I love you for real.
Wait a minute,
Let me tell you, I love you for real, but I study this and I
Man.
watch people. I study people. Her record on criminal justice is full of contradictions.
Okay.
Like, for instance, she supported she supported getting people jobs instead of putting them in jail. but she also denied the release of a few dozen black men who were proven innocent.
Okay.
She stood up for a black man who had killed a cop.
That's the stories I know.
She stood up. She stood up for a black man who had killed a cop. She said she don't want to give him the death penalty, but at the same time she defended California's death penalty.
Got you. You
Okay.
see,
And if you don't know what
She-
California penalty is, don't they? What is their actual penalty? I mean, their death penalty.
she
do you
voted to keep it in, right?
She voted to keep it in.
She voted. I mean, she's saying that the
lethal-
death penalty is a good thing.
Yeah.
She wants.
She was
wants,
thumbs up for it.
She was thumbs up for the death penalty. She has a.
But isn't politics all contradictions? Just like what you I mean.
No, but here's the
that's what I
thing.
wanted to
But
ask
we
you,
can't.
too.
But here's the thing, though. Also, when it came to police brutality, she criticized. Well, actually, she implemented training programs
Yeah.
for race for race initiatives. You know, to teach cops how to better conduct themselves in the field in terms of dealing with black people. But so she did that on one hand, but then on the other hand, her office failed to look into cases of police misconduct. See, we cannot afford a candidate who is not serious about dismantling law enforcement as we know it. They're not being held accountable. They're killing people. People are down there. They're destroying homes and breaking up families. They're killing people and they're killing children, and they're not being held accountable. We can't afford to have a president who's weak on criminal justice.
What do you think about Hillary then?
Hillary, the same thing.
But okay, so
She ain't- she ain't it.
it's like
She
every
ain't it.
president.
That's
okay,
where I'm about to go,
yeah,
too.
Every
I'm gonna
president
tell you
has something.
but I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be hard for us to find
find
somebody.
a-
It's gonna
but
be
Willie,
hard to find somebody who's gonna ride, and who's serious about
gotta-
criminal justice reform.
But
The
check
dude-
this
the
out,
dude in
Willie.
Florida.
But Hillary
Oh,
ain't it.
yes.
She ain't it.
Kim-
And Cory Booker ain't it.
Oh wow.
What?
Okay.
He ain't it.
Tell me about Corey. Why
Wait.
not Corey?
Before Corey, because
Oh.
me and Soup both squirming in our chairs right now, Willie. I'm sure the viewers are like, wait a minute. So here's my question: in politics, because I know a lot of people. You pronounce it Kamala. That's how you pronounce her name.
Kamala.
Kamala, like
like
Kama,
Pam,
Kamala.
I say
like
Kamala.
COMMA,
Kamala.
and then La.
Kamala.
I say
Kamala.
Cam.
Kamala.
Yeah.
Okay, so with Kamala, you listed both how she's moved it forward, but then also how she's held it back, right? But here's my thing. I think every politician, everybody who's been in politics for an extended period of time, you can go through their record, and there are drastic inconsistencies in different places. Like I don't know if there's many candidates where it's like, man, always. I think in
Trump ain't got no inconsistencies with white supremacy.
Correct.
He ain't got no
That's true on
inconsistencies. He ain't got no inconsistencies with letting the police get away with murder. He ain't
correct.
got no inconsistencies with not supporting the troops.
And that. But let me tell you this. So I'm asking if it's up to 3 different candidates, and Kamala is. They all have inconsistencies. They all have times where it's like
She ain't it.
you saying she ain't it.
She ain't
But
it.
Willie, she
She ain't
can
it.
she open doors that
No,
haven't been
because
opened
she's already
for
had
that
a
next
chance.
one?
She's already had a chance. Let me tell you something. You know the old saying, the best indication of future behavior is past behavior? Okay, she's had an opportunity already to get California right. If she can't straighten out California's criminal
What's she
justice,
gonna do
and
for
she
the-
was the top cop. She was the top cop
She was the
in
top
in
cop,
California.
Gotcha.
She was the DA first, and then she was the attorney general. She was the DA for San Francisco, and she was the attorney general for California. She was the top cop in California.
So she was in that position to make that change.
Well, she's the top attorney. I mean, she's top attorney. So,
Yeah.
so it's like she could have changed
could have
things.
changed
She had an
things, yeah.
opportunity. Californians have given her an opportunity. I know a lot of people who live in California, and they're very, very discontent with her. Like
Okay.
I'm not talking about just a few dudes or a few people. I'm talking about Everybody
mess.
I know in California,
Yeah.
You saying she?
And
including
you know what?
California politicians who are black.
Man, and you know what? We get so caught up with what we see.
We're
on,
looking at
on
symbolism.
social
Skin
media.
folk.
and
We
shit,
get caught up in
and
symbolism.
and forget
the deeper
the history
issues,
of
the
what these
the
people
deeper
have done.
issues.
Now, what about Cory Booker?
Co-
Because
if-
tell me,
all you
So you brought it back to Cory Book. I was like, no.
Yeah.
all you have to do is just research.
I'm gonna research.
Research.
I need to.
Research Cory Booker's record. Cory Booker is a step and fetch it. He play both sides of the fence. He's a status quo, and all that dude. Don't get caught up in the cool speeches. We already
Yeah.
got caught up like that before. Remember? Bunch of cool speeches, and everybody got something but the black folks. Now, here's the thing. I hear people say, well, you know, he can't be the president for black people. He got to be the president for everybody. Okay, that's fine. We get it. All right, got to be for everybody. Well, ain't black folks included in everybody? So why we don't get nothing? Why you gave the gays something? You gave the immigrants something. You gave the Muslims something. You gave the white folks something. Where the black folks? Where our shit at? Where's our shit?
And
We didn't-
on
we
Killer Mike's
so we got
his
to
own
accept.
country.
So we got to accept that. We got to
Yeah.
accept that just because. Look, I was the first one to jump out there and vote. I defended Obama over and over and over again when Tavis and a whole lot of other people
Was
were
going
going
in
at it.
on him.
Man,
They was going in.
I remember
They
that.
went
I was
in
like,
on him.
yo, man.
Tavis,
Yeah.
that's another.
I was like, yo, dude, whoa, pump the brakes,
Yeah.
you know. But then something happened. Nothing happened. And so you expect that, okay, one of the, we could talk about jobs all we want.
yeah.
Okay, we could talk about jobs. We could talk about health care. The biggest problem that a black person have in America is racism, being discriminated against and judged for simply existing. That is our number one problem. It's always been our biggest problem. So if you're not addressing that, I ain't trying to hear you. Tell me what your agenda is for us specifically. I don't want to hear all of that. Oh, well, you know, it's sad that things are happening and we all need to get along. Man, what the hell are you going to do for black folks? What are you going to do about these dirty, low-down cops out here
I got a question.
that's targeting black people and targeting our babies?
This seems tough.
What are you going to do about this education system, these people that's out here in this education system that's targeting our babies and
Man.
making sure that our babies can't reach their full potential? What are you going to do
man.
about that?
I'm trying to
you
get
know
a
what?
If you ain't on that level, I ain't trying to hear all of that old talking and stuff. It's just talk, man.
It's just talk.
I'm talking about some action.
I
All
want-
of that, we can vote. Everybody got to vote. Okay, we vote. Okay, now what? Action, baby.
So Willie, question.
Yeah.
You use former President Obama as an example because I hear exactly what you're saying, but then I'm also thinking, how could he have gone in there and been over the whole United States and still get? Because when people say you can't be a president for black people, when you just name those different communities, it was his responsibility. As his job role was to look out for all of the United States. What could he have done differently? Because he could not have just been a president for black people. There are some things he could have done differently, in every situation. I mean, but I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I'm saying how could he have still executed what his job role? Because he wasn't a black man in the role. He was the president of the United States. Like his job, he was supposed, all those groups you named, he was supposed to look after every one of those groups, and some of them have competing agendas and some of them don't line up. What could he have done differently?
All of those groups advanced except us.
Okay.
That's what he could have done differently. He could have looked
Advancement.
Look, number one, like I say, you dismantle the law enforcement as we know it. Go in, dismantle it. You the top cop. I mean, you the.
But how do you dismantle it?
You're the chief executive, and you got an attorney general that work for you. And hey, look at what Trump is doing. Trump doing what the hell he want to do, despite what we say. We talking all this
Despite
shit.
what we say.
We talking all this shit, but Trump is still doing whatever the hell he wants to do.
President
He's on the
Obama
jet.
has
He
been
don't
strategic.
care.
Trump
Yeah.
doesn't have to
Look,
be
Trump-
strategic. He
look,
doesn't
don't
have.
care.
He don't have
Yeah,
to be
I
strategic.
understand that he's white.
Because of the
And I know
because of the money.
No, because he's white. Because he's white. But here's the thing. And I understood, and I saw it. I was like, okay, you know, like this is a black man.
Tread lightly.
He gotta be careful. You know
Tread
what I'm saying?
lightly.
He gotta be careful. You know, I understand. I get that.
They already
He-
attacked him every day, anytime, because
Man,
he was
that-
under. That's the thing. I feel like if I don't know how to say it, but like President Obama, I feel like if he would have done anything else in black favor,
What
he would have been.
do you mean anything? He did nothing in our favor.
He looked out for impoverished communities. That includes us.
Includes us. What
What specifically?
he did for the gays, he did for the gays. Period.
Specifically.
Yeah, so like what specifically
what are you
did
going
he
to do
for our
for
race?
us? I
Yeah.
want to know. Look.
True.
If you are in a relationship with a man, and he's like going out and he got the power to do things, and he's out there. He just bought his sister a brand new car.
Okay.
Put his mama in a brand new house.
Okay. I'm like,
Gave his brother 10 racks.
he ain't bring no dinner home.
Bring dinner my ass. He ain't did nothing.
He ain't
for
he
paid
ain't
the
did
light
nothing
bill.
for you.
He ain't-
What he do
He
for
ain't,
you?
he ain't bought you a gift. He ain't did as much as bought you a little, just a dress or nothing.
I'ma turn to Paula
What you
Abdul.
gonna say? What have?
I'm gonna turn to Paula.
Well, all
I'm gonna
that
say,
stuff
what have
did
you
for-
done for me lately?
All that stuff you did for everybody else that was in need, that's all gravy. But what have you done for me specifically?
And you know what? That is true.
Got you.
That is true.
You know, look, I'm not the one who wants to, say bad things about Barack Obama. I
Yeah.
know he's beloved
For
by
sure.
our community. I
Yeah.
know that, and I don't want to like shoot a brother down in the first place. But the truth is the truth. We got nothing out of 8 years. We got nothing, and I'm gonna tell you, just like we talk about dismantling the system. When we talk about dismantling the system,
Yeah.
okay, Trump getting what he want. All his people, them white supremacists and KKK people, they getting what they want. Hey man, they making America hate again. They
Big
good.
time.
They doing well.
Magma.
So he had 8 years to do something specifically for us. My thing is like, man, hey, you went in there and killed Gaddafi. Gaddafi was an ally to the black people, But we failed. We drunk the Kool-Aid. We believed in those images that they put on television about Gaddafi, that he was this murderous person or whatever. Maybe he did shoot a couple people. Maybe them couple people he shot deserved it. But look how many people Trump is killing every day.
Man.
Look how many people. But see, America, you don't see it because America like to throw rocks and hide her hands. Like, boop, and then play innocent. Really passive aggressive. Like, okay, like
This
I didn't
is
really-
America.
I didn't really do nothing.
For
we
real.
didn't really do nothing. But we didn't really do anything. We're here to help. But America has never helped anybody out of the goodness of her heart. Name me one country that's better off after America invaded it. America went in and wiped out their president.
Zero.
None.
Name me one
I got
country.
nothing.
You can't
None.
name one.
You can't name one.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Woo. It's hot in here.
He got
is
me.
hot in here,
It's
man.
kind
Got
of
me
hot.
fired
Is the
up
air on a
because
little
I'm trying
bit?
to. I'm
What's
trying to
this?
get the answers. Like
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know
really hot.
who
He's
would be the
sweating.
answer. Like
Look.
Y'all ain't got no napkins? or
I
something?
know. You know what?
we got a towel.
I
Wipe me
know,
down.
it's a
No, you
little
got no.
hot.
We got a little.
It is hot.
He said I'm just sound.
Okay, look, we are gonna switch it up real quick and kind of close out in a little bit. Just
Oh
we go,
man,
we go.
Willie can go. He could go on politics. He could go for
all
hours.
for hours. But
He
listen,
was-
we gonna lighten it up a little bit and switch it up. Just 2 quick questions. I would like to know, what is your take on why do you think it's so hard for females to progress in this music industry? Really, female rappers, like
Oh, wow.
particularly female rappers.
That's
like, why do
good.
you think we can't? Well, I'm not a rapper.
Well, I
We the
think
community.
but
because
Yeah.
rap is an aggressive form of art, like comedy.
so what does that mean?
Well, I'm telling you what it means. I'm telling you what it means.
Wow.
People are more comfortable seeing a man aggressive than a woman aggressive, and that's the honest truth. And
Oh.
that's the honest truth. And so, but some women have been able to knock the wall down. There's been some women who's been very successful with doing it. Boss was able to do it.
Man, what happened to her?
Boss, she had a couple babies and
Yeah.
chilled out.
Boss was good.
Man, her voice
Yeah.
was
Her voice
so
was special.
Yeah.
It was different.
She was able to do it.
I miss man.
Who else? Salt and Pepper was able to do it.
Yeah.
MC Light was able to do it.
Missy Elliott. On the
Kim, Lil
Kim.
Kim did it. Foxy Brown
What
did
about
it.
from the South? Why we can't? I mean, Mia X is South, but
Mama Mia.
but
Yeah.
I love Mia
here,
X.
like people come to Houston, they take our style, they take our swag. To me, they take
and market it.
our whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
and they market it like they came up with it, but they take our swag. Why
I see what
we
you're saying,
can't?
Soup. It's-
why
it's-
is no ladies hit now? Megan, she's
Stallion.
moving around. Megan Stallion is
She
moving
moving
around,
around, but it took so long for somebody who's from the South to make a lot of noise to where
Yeah, I want
to add to
like
the
so.
question.
What do you? Wait, let's let them ask this.
Okay.
What do you? What's your take on that?
I just told you my take.
What's super? Let me tell you, because that's what I'm saying. I want to add to a little bit, because when he said it's
cool enough now.
yeah, when he said
Y'all think
rappers,
it's cool enough?
Yeah,
I don't have
I
all them
think
layers
so.
on. I think you have a jacket. I got this little thin puppy shirt, but Soup, when he said rap is more like of an aggressive kind of, it's a masculine industry. I get that,
Right.
but here's the thing too. Also too, in the industry, in the rap industry, I got him too. No, Soup, I got him, Soup. You got him, boo, Soup. Watch out. You always trying to help the male guest. Soup.
I gotta help him. I gotta lend a hand.
Nah, you taking Soup. I'll help the male
Yo.
guest. but let
Nice.
me, let me add to your question and his answer, because not only is it a masculine, male dominated, also too, the female roles in rap have been so polarized for a long time. You either had to be super sexy, almost
Or super conscious.
almost crazy vulgar. Not even that. That became a lane. Or you had to almost be rough like a male. You know what I'm saying? Like you either had to, but you had to either be Young M.A. or be Kim, kind of thing. Like those kind of, like you had
Extreme,
To, you had
those
to,
two
you had to
extremes.
either be have like a rap swag, masculine kind of energy, or you had to be super sexualized, right, kind of thing. And so it didn't leave room, I think, for a lot of artistry, as it was more of the image kind of thing. I think that's why in the South they didn't kind of put an ear towards
Well, I
females.
hope we could change that.
Well, Kim and Nikki opened that up though.
They did.
They opened it up like they've done so much great music, and it
Phenomenal
runs
music.
it runs the spectrum. You know, it runs the gamut. So
Big time.
I got to give them props. I mean, though they are very, very good artists,
Yeah.
and they've made a
What about Remy
significant
Ma?
contribution. Remy Ma is great too.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah.
What about
Like-
Cardi?
You can't say Cardi's a great
Cardi?
artist.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Cardi has captured not only. It's so funny. People like to talk about how what lyrics Cardi don't have, but I guarantee you, when it comes to putting a record, a single together,
got it.
moving numbers, when it comes to capturing a culture and moving it and carving out her own lane, who has done it better than Cardi? Like, people love to say Cardi can't rap as
Well,
good
I
as
think-
XYZ.
But I think people gravitate towards her because
Authenticity.
She's authentic. She's not gonna hold her tongue what she has to say at all. Like,
Correct.
But
and
that's the
people-
same. But that's the same thing that's going to contribute to her downfall at some point, because you can't stay that high that long. You can't do it. It's you can't sustain. It's not sustainable. So
ha-
What
gotta
you don't,
no, you can't. Not with her not being as vocal as she is. You
Okay,
can't.
I can see that.
You can't do that. It's
Even
not.
with her machine behind her, all the hit makers,
No,
all the
sometimes
producers.
I see what he's saying.
It's not-
Sometimes you don't have to talk.
It's not sustainable. It's just
Yeah.
not sustainable. Like at some point, she's gonna lose that audience, and everybody. It happens to everybody, but especially somebody who is very, very vocal,
vocal.
and speaks their mind. Because there are people that's vocal and they just full of it, you know. But she is the type of person. It's her authenticity that attracts people.
Correct.
Right.
And that's going to be the same thing that's going to cost her some fans down the line.
Wow.
Well,
Man,
not
that's
necessarily
crazy.
fans, but it's going to cost her. It's not going to cost her real fans, but
Because
It'll
Fans
make her a
gonna
target.
stay.
Yeah,
It'll
the
make
fans
her
are
a
gonna-
target.
Yeah.
it is going to make her a
I
target.
see.
Kind of like with Public Enemy. Public Enemy was one of the greatest groups in history,
Yeah.
in music history, not rap groups.
History.
Music groups in history, and they made a significant impact in music. They're on the Mount Rushmore, you know,
Man.
but the type of music that they made was empowering, and they were very
Groundbreaking.
They were straightforward, groundbreaking, and unapologetic.
Yeah.
And that type of group is very, very hard to stay at the top, stay on
Yeah.
top. Because
Yeah.
we live in a fake society. We're not. People always like to say, "Keep it real." Well, I love him because he's real. I like her because she's real. We know we're real. We're real, man. It's real.
The real.
I like the real, but it's real. They got a
fake.
show called The Real, and the shit's one of
Fake.
the fakest shits you're gonna watch. You know, it's just full of fake.
Real
it's
fake news.
It's really fake.
Man,
So-
look, we got 2 more questions, right?
Willie so
I love it.
unfiltered.
I love it.
Oh my goodness,
I
you
love
don't,
it. Two-
you,
what-
you don't care about shattering political your relations. You just say whatever's the truth
I know,
you
that's
speak
why I have him
on.
on. I love Willie.
Look,
'cause
this
he don't-
this
he ain't
this
gonna
this this
sugarcoat
this is the way that I operate. Like I have to do what makes me sleep good at night, and I have to be able to look at myself in the mirror. I can look at y'all all day, and y'all look at me and say, "Oh man, you know, we're cool." But if I look at that mirror and I don't like what I see, and I'm honest with myself, so I got to look in that mirror and I don't like what I see, I just feel like a sucker. I would feel like a sucker,
Gotcha.
and I got to be able to sleep good at night. And so, if I make a decision and I sleep good at night, I feel like it was the right decision. But if I have to go to sleep and I think that I can't really sleep, then I probably made the wrong decision. And maybe I've done something wrong to somebody. I was wrong. I'll pick up the phone and say, "Hey, save me. I got it. Look, I'm apologizing because nigga, I
Man,
got
I
to
wish
sleep.
more people was like that.
I got
You
to
gotta
go
get
to
off his
sleep. Nigga,
chest.
I got to tell you I'm sorry. I was wrong."
That's a good
You know,
gauge.
the same-
Wish
That's a good
people.
gauge.
I wish more people
I'ma
was
start
like that.
doing
I'm
that.
gonna start doing that too.
I don't do that yet. 'Cause
I don't- I go to
toss
sleep.
and turn like, why did I do that? And you saying,
If you
that's
feel
that's
like
how
that.
you know you align with like your truth and like your core.
Yeah.
It's like if you can rest. Well, y'all think Trump going to sleep easy
Hell
at night?
No, he don't.
no.
Trump-
His character is
Trump-
also a factor.
Hell no.
Trump don't sleep. He's an alien. He's a monster.
Yeah,
or something.
he a
don't.
something.
He don't sleep. You know, he's not even human.
No.
But I did the same thing. My daughter had an accident in New York. She was hit by a car.
Oh, no.
And
Oh wow.
yeah, she was hit by a car, and her grandmother called me and was like, "Kane wants you to know that she's okay. She was she was in an accident.
Yeah.
She's okay. She's at the hospital. She said you don't have to come. All this stuff, right? So I'm on the phone. I'm like,
No.
okay, well, I'm calling her. So I call her. My daughter's very, very independent. Aside from needing our money for school, but she's very independent. She's very private. She don't like
Right.
to pry. She don't like to tell you about her issues and whatever.
Yeah.
So I called her. She was like, "Yeah, I'm okay." She told me her boyfriend's gonna take her home, and she's okay.
Okay.
So I'm like, "You sure? You sure you're okay?" "Yeah, I'm okay, Dad. You don't have to come." I said, "You want me to come?" "No, you don't have to come." "Okay." I get off the phone, and it ain't sitting right with me. It's just
Yeah,
not
right,
sitting
we like,
right.
Ain't
nah.
sitting right with you.
So I get on the computer.
Get a plane ticket.
Uh-oh.
First thing smoking. The next morning, I'm
Oh,
in New
wow.
York City. I pull up and get out the car. I'm standing outside with a bouquet of flowers, and her roommate answered the door. I had never been to the house before because this was her new house.
Right.
So I'd never been there before. So I pop up. So I hear this girl upstairs. She's like, "Kane, I think that's your dad." So she calls me. She says, "Dad, where are you? Where are you?" I said, "I'm outside. Let me in." She said, so her friend was like, she was like, "I told you not to come out." So long story short, she lets me in. We start talking and everything. She calmed down. We start watching movies and stuff. And then her friend left. Her roommate left, and so she's at home by herself with me, and she goes into the bathroom to change her dressing on her leg. Now, her leg was like really had scarred.
Stitches.
It was really scarred. No
Bruised,
stitches,
just bruised.
just bruised, really
Swollen.
bad,
Yeah.
worse than she told me it was.
Oh.
So she went in to change her dressing, and she was just like, I hear some
Like
crying.
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
So I go and check on her, and my heart just dropped. And then so I start helping out and everything. Get on the internet, try to see what's the best way to change the stuff and all this. So we get through that. We get through it. It was excruciating. It took probably 20 minutes to get that thing.
So you followed that voice,
that instinct.
Yeah, like, I'm hopping.
Yeah,
I'm getting on that plane.
and I'm glad I did, because like I said, it was more than what she had let on, which I suspected, because I know my kids, you know. But if my gut, if I can't sleep,
it ain't
it's not right. So I got to do something different.
Man,
that's life lessons.
Man, life lessons. So look, this is February Love Month.
Oh,
do you believe in love?
Absolutely.
So what you doing next week?
I'm gonna be me. You know?
So you jump right into it.
No, I just wanted to know. I mean,
it's important. It's important for people to know that you can believe in love and not be in love at the moment. We don't always have to be in love. Some people think
snaps for Willie D.
Yeah, but some people allow these holidays like Christmas and Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day to put them in a funk because they feel like they see people all coupled up and everything, and they're not coupled up, so they get depressed. I'm not like that. My happiness comes from within first, and then so no woman can make me happy. She can only make me happier. So Valentine's Day
spitting his knowledge
or happiest.
Well, that's suggested.
It's levels.
Happiest.
But I can tell you that I do believe in love, and I love to see love. When I see couples booed up and just loving on each other, I smile. It makes me feel good.
Yeah, we need more love.
If I see that when I see it in public, when I see these public displays, of affection, it warms my heart. I like seeing love.
Man.
So and people oftentimes don't get that about me, because they see me addressing these heavy issues. They hear this music, and the music is aggressive, and that's just me like being pissed off. I don't understand why more people aren't pissed off, and why more people don't vent or don't speak out. I don't understand why more people don't do it. I just feel like I would feel like less of a man if I see all this injustice going on
and don't speak
and don't say anything about it. I would feel like less of a. In fact, I would feel like less of a human being. There are people out there that are hurting. People out there that's being sexually assaulted right now. Somebody's being sexually assaulted.
They need a voice.
There are people out there being abused. There are people out there that can't pay their rent. And that's one of the things when I think about people that can't pay their rent or their light bill, and you see these guys out here throwing up $100,000 in a strip club, or throwing it out in the street. And I'm like, to me, I'm like, man, why not
invest?
Why not just take that money, even if you ain't investing it,
just
before
go
you
give
throw
it to
away,
somebody?
Impact.
Just go and be
impact.
Why not just give that money to somebody who needed it instead of just throwing it away for likes on Instagram? That type of stuff I'll never understand. And I know people do whatever they want to do with their money, but.
And so people see that aggressive Willie D, and so they think, this dude ain't fooling with love.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to ask that.
Yeah,
people needed to know that.
At the answer.
My alias coming up was Gangsta Love. So
call me
I'm just gangster.
The Gangsta Love.
I'm just gangster with my love. That's all.
Hey, I know it.
I'm that dude. Like a lot of women out there might get excited when they see certain dudes out there. They might get excited. Some of the dudes who ain't got no scars in their face or something like that, and who ain't never been through nothing, they might get excited and want to be with them dudes. But I guarantee you, at night, if somebody trying to break in that house, I bet you want Willie D up in there.
I bet you want Willie D in there.
I bet you want Willie D laying in that bed before you.
I know that's right.
Before any one of them other type of cats.
Ladies, y'all
don't say I didn't warn you.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you what they gonna do. They gonna put the cover over their head.
Man.
Put you in front of them. They gonna New Jack City.
Okay, for real.
Yeah, they gonna put you in front of because a lot of these cats are unlearned. They don't
unlearned.
They don't understand they don't understand the the importance of being they don't even understand the importance of being loyal to a woman. I would not even get into a relationship if I couldn't be faithful to a woman. And if I felt like I couldn't be faithful, I'd leave.
I just want to clap on
I'm
that.
not. I'm not finna go
Me
through
and y'all
it.
hear this?
I'm not finna be sneaking around.
Stop wasting your time, her
That's
time.
real talk right there.
Just stop.
Just stop.
Yeah, I'm not finna be sneaking around, and I know it's some unlearned dude out there right now calling me a simp, but I guarantee you I'm more of a pimp than you or your daddy. I guarantee you.
And your
I
grandpa.
guarantee you, but I just know how to.
Not his daddy.
I know how to avoid. I know how to avoid anxiety. I don't
Unnecessary.
I don't like anxiety. I don't like stress, and I don't have people around me that cause that type of stuff. I remove myself from that.
Protect that space.
You know,
That's what I'm trying to do.
when I go out
more.
into the world, when I step outside of my door, oftentimes these are things that I cannot control. You know, these are strange, but inside of my house, there will be peace. You know, there would be no fighting. There would be no name calling. There would be no insults. You know,
It will be peace.
It's going to be peace in my house. If
peace.
you bring that energy into my house, I will make you exit immediately.
You gotta go.
You have to go because
I like his approach.
because I'm not
going
to bring it to you.
Transparent.
Like when we come into a relationship and it's me and you, it's really like in my mind, when that Bible saying two shall become one, and I ain't even no Bible thumper, but I know
Yeah.
it say that, and I like that part.
Yeah.
And two shall become one. I like that
So
because
funny.
Bible thumper.
otherwise, why are we even in a relationship if we're not trying to make each other
If
better?
we not trying to.
Why are we even in the relationship? Why ain't no woman gonna come into my life and exit not being in a better position than she was before she came into my life?
Wow.
Man.
Period. And that's on
The
every
book
level.
of Willie D.
And that's better than chocolate and
That's
flowers
better than
on
everything.
February the 4th.
Man, I take that.
Yeah.
Listen, we go close it up. I have one last question. I'll let you have
And I just want to see what he got coming up. Like, I want to see
Oh, yeah,
what,
we're
what
gonna ask that.
business
But wait,
ventures. That's all I want to know.
Wait, let's let him close out on that.
Okay,
I just
cool.
want to know, you can ask, what is your Mount Rushmore in hip hop? I want to know who is yours.
Wow.
That's good, Soup. That's wow.
So it's an easy one to start off with, Tupac. But see, my Mount Rushmore ain't for people. You know, like
Okay, so who is your top?
So I won't say my top.
top five.
I can tell you the people that I can just
Okay.
straight up name just off the rip. You know, for me, and when I say for me is the people that I listen to.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
you? I want to know what
that
you
I listen
to.
the most. It's not who's the greatest and the lyricist
Yeah.
and this. It's who I
you
listen
jam.
to.
Yeah.
And mine would be Chuck D,
Yeah.
Tupac, Zero.
Zero.
Oh, okay.
He's coming on.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I would also say Rakim,
Yeah.
DMX.
Oh, I love DMX. His softer stuff, his storyline stuff, I love.
Yeah. And Jay-Z.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's us all day.
And I know
You know we split Jay-Z.
T.I.
Yeah.
Okay,
T.I.
Tip.
See, I like
T.I. keep
I
it-
like
keep
I
it-
like artists. I like artists
With messages.
that have messages that are really really saying something.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know, and I would put Brad up there too because, and for me, and the thing is crazy is that, you know, I didn't say Brad first because you know how it is. You know, it's like me and Brad is like
Yeah,
in
they
the
gonna
group
be
together.
like,
you
oh,
know,
you
like,
of course
They
you
gonna say
gonna
you
say,
just
oh,
saying-
you
you just
stop
saying
Scarface,
him
you
to
gonna
say
say
him.
Scarface.
Yeah. So I would put him up there too. But you know, it's
You ain't got no females.
but there's some. Yeah, but I don't listen to him. I said
know. Who I listen to?
I said who I listen to.
Who in heavy rotation?
You know what came in my? You don't listen to Anita Baker? I don't know why I want to hear some Anita Baker.
Anita Baker.
Anita
I don't
Baker?
I don't
I
listen
know
to
she not
Anita
hip
Baker.
hop. I
I
know.
love Anita
Do you have
Baker.
a softer side of music? Like what do you
You know,
listen to? Like
I listen to
So,
I listen to
so what's this dance you doing for
I
the
listen.
softer side of music?
Do you know who James Taylor is?
yeah, these two. No, that's Johnny.
I was
James
thinking
Taylor.
Johnny
That's
Taylor.
Johnny Taylor.
Who
James
James
Taylor.
Yeah.
I know
Oh,
Johnny.
shoot.
You ain't never heard of James Taylor?
Well, wait
I
a
know
minute.
Y'all
Johnny.
go learn this. Go look up this song called Secrets of Life.
Oh, shoot.
Secret of Life.
My phone. Over
Oh.
there.
Mine gonna work.
Secret of life is enjoying the passage of time. Any fool can do it. There ain't nothing to it.
That's peaceful. What's his name? James
Nobody
Taylor.
knows how we got to the top of the hill since we're on our way down.
Man.
May as well enjoy the ride.
I know the song you're talking about.
You do?
My phone ain't searching it, but
I do
Give
now
us
that
a
you're singing that.
now
try.
he's
Yeah.
singing. I know the
Isn't it a lovely ride?
I'm gonna listen to it on the way
Sliding
home.
down, I'll be sliding down.
I got no
Try
choice.
not to try too hard. It's just a lovely ride.
I have.
See, let me tell you something. See,
I love that.
I listen to country music, laid back music. I listen to Motown. I grew up on Motown stuff. So I listen to Motown, you know, I listen to the George Clintons and stuff like that. But my music is very eclectic. If you get it,
I listen.
if you get it,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of people do themselves an injustice when they just get stuck on just
One
certain
genre.
kinds of genres of music. I know some people who only listen to one genre of music, and some, and I think most people probably only listen to 3 genres of music.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I listen to Chopin. I listen to.
You like Chopin?
I like
so-
Chopin.
I would've
That
never.
is so dope.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I listen. I listen.
See?
I listen to James Taylor. You know, I'm on the, you know, I'm on a little bit of everything.
Man.
Because there's some good music everywhere you look now, and there's bad music everywhere you look.
Correct.
Yeah, sure on that.
So for me, when I was younger, you know, the first rock song that I ever purchased was Queen, "Don't Try Suicide."
Oh,
"Don't Try Suicide."
damn, that's deep.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was one of the first
He
songs.
been wired
and I was
different.
like
That's
15 when I bought that song.
Damn.
And then
I listened to rock growing up, but I was more like Sting and Duran. I mean, I like Duran.
I like Duran Duran too.
I used to, but Hall and Notes is my
background music.
favorite.
Hall and
Yeah.
Oates.
Like
Hall
I
and
listen
Oates.
to that in the car to
Yeah.
calm me down. Now I do that.
Yeah.
I
But
listen to
that's it.
that. Yeah.
Any fool can do it. There ain't nothing to it.
That's so peaceful.
Oh man, I'm gonna walk to that song in the morning.
Since we're on our way down, might as well enjoy the ride.
Cleansing.
Yeah, I'm listening to that.
This is very cleansing.
I like that.
Like this is.
do you
people-
think you'll ever
Wow.
take? Do you think you'll ever like take on another instrument or do an album with another genre of music?
anything music related?
Because you can sing. You were just singing.
I probably
got
will.
melody.
Good,
I
got
prob-
good melody.
I think I probably will, because you know, one of my greatest philosophies that I use, it's just one I really believe in, is that when I die, if I have any regrets, it will be for the things that I did, not what I wanted to do and didn't do because I was too afraid. So you only got one. You only got one to live, period. And you know, what are you gonna do when that time comes, if you're conscious of it, and the time comes and you think, wow, I didn't do this, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. I'd rather try it and fail, because I'm gonna tell you something. Most people, the only reason why most people won't go for their dreams is because they're afraid of what other people think.
Man.
If they fail. Now, if those other people, if they felt like they would not be judged and other people wouldn't be watching, they try everything. People would just try all kind of stuff.
I'm not afraid of
But they
dying. I'm
won't.
afraid of not trying
true.
every day, hit every
That's
wave
true.
like
But
I'm
they-
Hawaiian.
Yeah, but they won't.
Jigga.
They won't do it because they're afraid of what other people think. But the only people who would be judgmental of those actions, are people who don't follow their own dreams, who don't take chances.
Speak.
So why are you listening to people who are afraid to follow their own dreams? Why? I don't understand why people give those type of people so much
Power.
respect.
So much power.
Yeah, so much power.
Man,
yeah.
I want to end it like that. That was deep.
That's deep. That's inspiring.
Man,
That
we have
song
had
with
so
this, he took us full
much
circle,
knowledge,
too,
Willie.
Like that's what kind of person Willie D is, though.
Man,
like,
you gotta come back.
He
I
gonna
like
inspire
that.
you to educate yourself, to fight against injustice. He gonna tell you about love, but like an authentic version of it,
And
like
then bring it on back.
not no like Hallmark holiday of it, and then he gonna bring it back to like some core centering.
core
Hey,
center.
that's dope. Like
And
that's dope.
and we got, and I do want to say this before we go. I think, right now we're experiencing an all-time high of this battle of the sexes. You have men who, when they see a woman do something foul, they point the finger and attack every single woman. We have women who see a man do something foul and
attack
they
every
point the
man.
finger and attack every single man. And this comes from a lack of maturity, if you really want to know the truth. So once you understand that, you understand that it's time to grow up, and we got to get to a point to where we can address our opinions and our concerns without attacking the other gender. So we do that too much. We so caught up in the gender race, like who's in this and this.
Yeah.
Like we have no choice but to get along. Even if you say, well, you know what, I've given up on. If you're a man, you say, I've given up on women. I'm gonna be with men. I've given up on men. I'm gonna be with women. Okay, even if you did that, in my opinion, you're not qualified to raise children. Because if you got a girl, you're gonna make her hate, and you're gonna deny her of her natural instincts and her essence. If you're a woman and you raising men, how can you be a woman and have a son but hate men? Say you love your son but you hate men. How can you be a man and have a daughter and say you love your daughter but you hate women? It makes absolutely no sense, and it makes it harder for all of us to do our job. Just like it makes it harder for us to do our job when men don't tell boys to not be aggressive sexually with women. It would be a lot easier. We could fight these sexual assaults a whole lot easier if there was a consensus among men that if you rape, if you attack somebody sexually, you are a first class sucker. That's sucker shit. See, that's how you talk to your boys.
Yeah.
See, when you talk to your boys like that, then it's easier. It makes it easier on the women. It's easier when you tell your boys, look, you need to wait, bro. But instead, we got a lot of men who encourage, boy, did you get some? Boy, you get some. But then they tell their daughter, no, don't give them none. Don't give them none.
Yeah.
Don't give them none. It don't even make sense.
Yeah.
Think about what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like having a tug of war between yourself. So we gotta, just as much as we tell our daughters to hold out, we gotta tell our boys also hold out. And not because sex is a bad thing. Sex is a very natural thing.
The responsibility.
Okay? But it's the responsibility that go with it. And we
Yeah.
tell you, the reason why we tell you, and I tell my son and daughter, the reason why we tell you to wait, not because sex is a horrible thing or whatever, it's natural, and at some point, everybody's going to do it.
Yeah.
But we tell you, grown people tell you to wait because they understand the responsibilities that go with it, the consequences that come with it.
Yeah.
We're talking about, STDs, we're talking about
Emotional.
babies, we're talking
all
about
of that.
we're talking about the emotional connection and the rejection and how you get your heart broken and how you deal with it. The more
Man.
mature you are, the more
You can
the better
navigate.
the better you can deal with these
With these
consequences that come with it.
Man. Woo,
Willie
you done
D.
schooled us big time, Willie.
I done got a
We done-
sex health
everything.
class. I done got a politics
Everything.
class. I done got some good music to look up. I done
And-
got some YouTube to look
Yeah,
up.
so listen.
He gave us everything.
Make sure you subscribe to She Got the Juice. Follow Willie D live on all of his social media, and we appreciate you. We got to have you come back too.
For sure.
We gonna end it with what you say at the end of everything. I know what you say. You got to say it.
No more talk.
Yeah, we out.